Hello friends and welcome new subscribers. I'm Brian from Apex Detail. Today we're going to continue the cutting compound series and we're going to take a look at Gtechniq P1 Nano Polish. Now this was designed, formulated to be a one-step, so we don't expect too much when it comes to testing in this cutting compound series. However, it is fun to see how far it gets, blazing through the sandmark sections, because it's a pad-dependent one-step. So it'll finish out nicely, but if you use it with the correct pad, like say the wool pad on a rotary, it just very well could remove 1,000 grit sand marks, especially on softer paints. So let's head out into the shop and take a look at the P1 Nano Polish by Gtechniq. The Gtechniq P1 Nano Composite Polish comes in 100 milliliter containers for $12.99. May seem quite pricey, however, it's formulated to be used a little bit at a time. A little bit goes a long way, so it should equal itself out in the end. As always, I spread the compound out on the panel, and I want to test it on the panel, maybe get some between my fingers, and see if I can notice the abrasives between my fingers, or maybe we can even see them on this little section here to the right. And it's absent of the abrasives that I could see and feel, so yes, they are probably microscopic, and P1 Nano Polish sort of describes them as a composite material that is uniform, microscopic, abrasive, and they roll instead of plowing through the clear cut. That's in their words. Now we are testing the cutting aspect of the polish today. However, I do have a dedicated video on the P1 as a one-step, and I will put a link in the description box or maybe even pin it in the comments section so you can check that out. I was thinking of putting this one step here and two one-steps that are going to be following this video on the same panel, see how they cut and finish, put them head to head so they can be comparable to each other. If you want to see that, let me know down in the comment section. Oh, for those new to the channel and maybe just new to the series, I'm preparing the panel here for the test, making 5 separate sandmark sections, starting at 2500 grit, going all the way down to 800 grit. Most of the compounds we have tested started to fail in the 1000 grit section. Some have already failed in the 1500 and higher grit sections, and there are a few that blaze through that 1000 grit and do one heck of a job in the 800 grit section. That 800 grit section, it's not meant for a lot of compounds out there. There are some specialty compounds out there that will handle that, but we're not testing those at this time. Okay, I just want to clean off the residue here real quick, and we're going to tear off the masking tape. We're going to grab the same polisher. It's a constant. We've used it in all the testing. The exact same pad. 3P size drops. We're going to spread out the compound throughout all of those sections as equal as we can, and we're going to get started here. Nice, slow arm movement, 1 or 2 inches per second or slower. The same kind of arm speed and movement you'd be using during a correction. And we're going to go down all the way through the 800 grit section and make a return trip, same speed. Pressure, I just have my thumb on top of the polisher, applying pressure down onto the polisher and onto the surface of the panel. And I'm guiding the polisher, and it's on mid-speed. The P1 has done away with the heavy oils that usually lubricate the surface during the abrading process. Now that makes it a what you see is what you get when you wipe away the residue. However, I tend to see more dusting the more they cut back on those heavy oils. I personally would rather have something with lubrication that extends the open or the cycle time in a compound or a polish. That also cuts back on dusting. I'll then just grab my own IP wipe and clean the panel and prep it for the next step. They also claim because of the abrasive being microscopic and also uniform in size, and also being able to roll through the clear as it shaves instead of plowing through, it keeps the temperature down, keeps it uniform, and usually keeps it in between 90 to 100 degrees while you're correcting. I have noticed, using the product a few times as a one-step, that because the abrasive has a rounding effect, It makes it a lot less aggressive, which makes it more pad dependent when it gets to the cutting aspect of the polish, but it's a lot easier, much easier to finish down with it. Two more real quick notes. The product is water soluble, so if you accidentally get the polish between panels or down in cracks and crevices that are hard to reach, it can be easily rinsed with water, and you can also use the product by hand. Alright, one thing I did notice is the cycle time or the open time. That's efficient. The residue does wipe off rather easy, so it's user friendly. So now let's look through all the sand mark sections and see where the product started to tail off a little bit. Through the first two sections, it did fine, and you'll notice it does finish down and give you a nice glossy finish without even having to grab a finishing pad and swap out. But as we get to the 1000 grit and even the 1500 grit section, you're going to see it tail off rather quickly. And that's because of those rolling abrasives rather than having more aggressive abrasives that just plow through the clear. That angle was effective catching the cutting aspect. Now let me switch angles so you can use the above overhead light here to get a little bit of an idea of how it finishes. So as we've done in our previous test videos, we're going to take the last two sections, the 800 grit and the 1000 grit sections. We're going to work on them for a more extended period of time. And we're really going to put to test the open time or the cycle time of the polish. We're also going to check for more dusting. We're going to see if it does any more cutting on those last two sections. This time, instead of cutting one path all the way through the sections and back, we're going to do a crisscross pattern. Really take our time and work the product as long as we can. Guys, if you're not familiar with all-in-ones, the first pass should always have a moderate amount of pressure. Lighten up on pressure after each pass. And when you're coming down to the last pass, sometimes I just guide the machine back and forth with no pressure at all. And on softer paints, I may lift up on the polisher a little bit. Hope that makes sense, but you're going to get the most out of the polish both at the beginning of the cycle and at the end of the cycle. Okay, that's quite enough. Always shut down the machine, keep it applied to the surface so the pad and the backing plate isn't spinning freely and oscillating freely. It's going to save your polisher, it's going to save your pads. So as we bring you in for a closer look, I can show you the dusting that occurs after a longer period, work time. It's going to be normal with something that they cut back on the heavy oils and lubrication. It's just, it's one trade-off or another. You can see the cycle time is decent. We still have product left on the panel that we could work to finish down a little bit further. But as we remove the residue, that will reveal that the product just doesn't have enough bite to go after these sections. And again, at the beginning of the video I mentioned that's going to be normal for a one-step. Okay, the Gtechniq P1 Nano Polish. These are micro nano abrasives that roll as it cuts instead of just plowing through. And it is pad dependent. so it didn't do very well in this test. However, if you use this with a wool pad on a rotary, it's going to cut much, much better. It's also going to finish down further depending on the pad you choose for that. So when it comes to one steps, however, I am excited. I have 2 more of these coming up. One quite new, one relatively new, and really looking forward to testing and showing those to you as well. When it comes to the cutting compound series, everything's going to stay the same with Sonax Cutmax holding the top spot. I gotta tell you, it's going to be very hard to knock that off the top spot. However, we do have a ton of compounds left to cover, so maybe it will happen. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.